welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland. Tonight, we are going to talk about instrumental transcommunication or spirit communication through electronic devices. It looks like I'm probably flying solo tonight, so I don't have anybody here to test my audio, so hopefully everything's sounding all right. We're going to review a number of videos concerning ITC and spirit communication and spirit boxes, Frank's boxes, the SDC one that's really popular lately. Got a lot to talk about. So we're going to start the show in just a minute. Hi, I'm your host, Jason Bland. Flying solo tonight. It's the first time I did it. Knew it was going to happen eventually. I'm going to have to try to do a solo episode. So we're going to see how this goes. We're going to start off with, of course, the World Wide Weird Web here in just a second. Turn the music off. We're going to cover some of the hottest, newest videos circling the web, some older stuff too. And then we're going to get into instrumental transcommunication or electronic communication with spirits. And I have one thing I'm throwing in there too with ITC that they've been doing recently, which is the water experiments. We'll get to that. It's something I stumbled across as I was looking into ITC tonight. And I've looked into it before. This is something I didn't see before. Notice it's a new thing going around. Basically, you put a dish down, swirl the water around, and take a bunch of clips of photos, and they get all these images. Well, we can have skeptical reasons to that. We'll talk about that tonight. But first, let's get to the World Wide Weird Web. I gotta pull up the screen share here and get that set up. All right, so hopefully everybody's seeing my screen share, and hopefully you can hear the audio tonight. It's no one here to test it with me, so. All right, so we're going to go to the World Wide Weird Web segment at the beginning of the show that we do. We're going to talk about the newest, spookiest stuff out there, or the weirdest stuff going on. We do UFO, cryptoid, and then we'll do some ghost. On the UFO front, I've noticed a few videos popping up lately, some that just happened in June. Here, these are UFOs over Conyers, Georgia, June 3rd. Now, there's one thing floating around up in the sky up there, and it kind of looks like somebody be shining some bright, powerful light or a laser light. I don't know. But what these are, I am not sure. Let's keep watching. I don't know any other information about it. I see these videos pop up. Let's stop that there. That was June 3rd, Georgia. Back up here. All right. So that was one of the UFOs. I got a couple more recent UFO deals that just happened the last few days or weeks. Let me find him here. June 2015, cigar-shaped UFO during volcanic eruption in Mexico. I've seen a number of videos. I should have one night we're going to do a UFO show, and we'll definitely cover this subject of UFOs around events like this, be it accidents. There's UFO sightings, I think, with 9/11. People had spotted some weird stuff. But this is something that happens with volcanic eruption. UFOs be interested in that? I don't know. I hope not, because what's their interest? Is it apocalyptic? I hope not. All right, let's watch. Let's go back and watch it again. It could be something, debris in the air that just is much closer. I don't know how the debris would be flying. That'd be pretty big. I don't know. It is odd. Let's go back and watch it again. And I thought it was interesting. I'm always interested in cigar-shaped UFOs, particularly because of biblical references to us, the pillar in the sky, leading to Jerusalem's and that. I always found that very UFO-y. And every time you get a cigar-shaped UFO in a video, I'm like, oh, I want to see that. Because, that might have something to go back to the ancient aliens theory. I think I have one more UFO one. Let's see. UFO Enigma, flying saucers, orbs, mysterious sightings. I think UFO sightings 2015. Watch now. Oh, this was a really weird one. This says 2015. I think this was January, though. Yeah, January 25th. Hollydale, California. Let me read this here. Just a second. Group UFO owners decided to try to focus their thoughts on calling UFOs to them. The sound, the footage is a little, I can't read it all, but the truth is 50 to 100 years, our technology will be able to read minds. So they think they can read their minds, basically, what this is saying, and they're calling them to them. And that was like a similar video in a couple episodes back I showed where they're going, we love you, aliens, and they're talking to them. I think that group is a Seattle group that believes they can telepathically communicate with aliens and bring them to them. There's a number of these groups. They go all the way back to the 40s and the 50s. They started having these, telepathically communicating to people on Venus and stuff like that. On this show, I might be sarcastic. I might joke sometimes, but my opinion, I'm agnostic to everything. There could be credibility to that, that they could hear our telepathic thoughts. Who knows? And we don't know what we're dealing with. Dimensional beings, even, they definitely could have that ability. But let's watch this. I'm not sure what they're changing screen-wise here. Some kind of filter. Looks like it's flying away, though. I just realized I had other audio playing. I couldn't hear, but it might have been playing through, so I apologize for that. I don't have people here to tell me that right now because I'm flying solo. So I apologize if you didn't hear what I was saying before about cigar-shaped UFOs and this. But this is a massive amount of energy going up in the sky. If this is real, I mean, what's going on here? It could be a plasma event in the sky, but I don't think it would look like that. I've seen this. I saw this passenger took this picture. I think it's pretty interesting. When a picture's taken out a aircraft window, and if I was the passenger in that aircraft, I would not be comfortable. I don't want to look out my window and see a UFO, just like I don't want to look out and see some little gremlin out there and knocking on the wing. 14th. These are all 2015 ones, I believe, in this video. I've seen a lot of fakes that look like this. Let's go back to that last one. Oh, maybe.
Hey, it's Shira
Never
with
mind.
Gina. We're in downtown LA at the JW.
Never mind. It didn't like the rewind. Oh, here we go. You know, and the problem with YouTube videos like this is there's never a lot of backstory. It's a video posted by somebody or a group, and then you don't get a lot of backstory to it until maybe a year later, or somebody makes a video of an actual telling what this video is about. You get a lot of these. So it's like, I got so many questions about this, and I have to do my research to find out more. I just saw this, a couple days ago. Let's go to that last one, though. Right here. See, to me, that looks like it's just an embedded image. All right, I think that's what I had for UFOs tonight on the more recent stuff. I don't think I had anything else. Let's see, what do we got on the cryptoid front? I think I had Bigfoot spotting in Russia recently. Utah. There's this Utah one first. Let me see. This is a Utah. It says 2015, but I think it's older. No, October 2015. Oh no, wait. This is an ad. Of course, skip the ad. Here we go. Now, I say that's a normal reaction if you see, some 7 or 8 foot tall hairy beast walking out in the woods. You might not keep filming. You might run for it. And I don't know if I would keep filming. I don't know. Knowing me, I'd probably keep filming because I'm a dumb idiot. And, if I was by myself and not with anybody else I had to worry about, I probably wouldn't run. He's by himself, and a good reason to run, I guess. They show more of this. It's very clipped. It's very short what he sees in here, and they're going to slow it down, play it a lot. It's going to be up in this area over here, if you can see my arrow. Right there. All right, now stabilized and enhanced. I'm taking it he probably already spotted it because of his heavy breathing. He's already seen it, so he's already scared. He's like, let me get a little footage. Okay, now screw that on the road. All right, now they got their slow down to 8%. You're slow talking, maybe, or slow breathing. Right in this area right here, you should be paying attention to. A little too slow for me. He needs to get to it, but they should have clipped it better to the point where he shows up. There he goes, right there. Again, could be a guy in a bear suit, or something. But it ain't a bear or anything like that. It's standing upright. It's got an arm right there. And that's when this guy goes, okay, decide to go. Now, if it was a bear, I'd run. I have no interest in a bear. I want to get a picture, a good video of a Bigfoot. But if it's a bear, I'm running. All right, I don't know if they have any better clips after that. Let's see. Have it slow mode down. No. All right. And then there was one more Bigfoot in Russia, I believe I had. Let's go. Let's see. We're going through see all this stuff I put in here, all these videos I watch for you guys. All right, Bigfoot sighting in Russia. After this ad.
Is this dark, hairy creature that was caught on film the ever?
I love this guy, by the way.
Could it be a bear? Or maybe some crazy hermit living in the backwoods of Russia?
It's epic.
Reports have been pouring in from the southwestern Idia Republic of a large creature covered in hair from head to toe being spotted in a remote area about an hour away from the city of Idiask. Recently, a team of researchers headed to the area to see if they could catch this Yeti on camera. Do you know the difference between a Yeti and a Bigfoot?
Really? Did you know?
The theory is they're some sort of lost species or descendants of Gigantopithecus. The difference is that Bigfoot is believed to live in forests, mountains, and swamps of North America, while the Yeti is believed to live in the mountainous, snowy regions of the Himalayas or Northeast Asia and is smaller than its North American cousin. Residents of the area have claimed to have seen and heard this creature in the snow outside. One eyewitness told a local television news reporter that the creature was big, looking like a bear, but not a bear. From the door, we've seen something big and shaggy. The research team claimed that they heard the crunching of the snow outside, and they immediately headed out to catch this footage of the creature. Eyewitness descriptions of this footage.
This looks like a person walking at me.
Description of a Yeti, a bipedal creature covered with dark grayish or reddish brown hair, weighs between 200 and 400 pounds, and is about 6 feet tall.
Oh, I've heard taller. The team
also found a rather large
6 feet tall would be a person,
snow, presumably left behind by the monster. They made sure to make a plaster cast of the print and send it off to scientists. The footprints were 2 to 3 inches deep, and it was estimated that it would take a creature as heavy as 440 pounds to be able to press the snow down that much. So what do you think of this latest sighting? Real or hoax? Interestingly enough, this footage reminds me a lot of the most famous and controversial Bigfoot film of all time. It was shot in 1967 by friends Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin, and almost 50 years later, we still don't know if it was real or a hoax.
And Patterson, for all you that didn't know, was trying to make a Bigfoot movie before he shot that film. So my biggest problem with that, the Patterson film, I think it's beautiful footage. I think it's very authentic looking, but big problem. Patterson was making a Bigfoot movie before he caught that footage, and he was trying to promote it. So, I can't stand hoaxers. I can't stand people that waste our time with this stuff. But it's back then, the 67 when the Patterson film was shot, there wasn't a lot of hoaxers. Nowadays with the internet and viral YouTube, everybody wants to get their own ghost video up there, Bigfoot video, UFO video, and think it's fun to put whatever up there and waste our time. And I guess it's just going to have to be that way. And that's part of what makes Paranormal Soup interesting. I put stuff up here. If I put it up here, it doesn't mean I believe it's real. Just remember that. Just because I put it does not mean I think it's real. I want the audience to decide. This is an open forum. We're going to get into that tonight. I want to talk a lot about what I really want the show to be. But one thing is we're going to talk about is it's an open forum that we'll discuss, we'll put it up, but the audience is the ultimate decision maker on what they feel is real or not. I don't want to influence you too much. I'll give my jokes, I'll make my opinions, but you decide. I'm not the final say on any of this. No way in hell can I be the final say on any of this. I don't know. I'm an agnostic at heart, so I question everything. I question if it's real. I question if it's fake. It's hard to say. All right, so that was my Bigfoot stuff. We're getting now into the ghost side of things, and that's basically what the show tonight's going to be about. It's about transcommunication with the spirit world. using electronic instrumental devices. So let's see, what did I start off with here? Let's go down. Make sure I have at the bottom here. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to show the Sarah Lanka thing. I think it's kind of silly. Oh, I will show this. I saw these flying human things coming up lately. Oh, wait, no, that's debunked. If you ever seen this video, you see the flying angels, flying humans in the sky. It's been popular after this silly ad. And skip.
ఆకాశంలో వింత ఆకారాలు
All right.
రాత్రి
I'll
వేళల్లో
mute her since we
ఆశ్చర్యపరిచే
don't speak
విన్యాసాలు
Indian. But if you see this video, the flying angels in the sky, I was immediately skeptical when I saw it, being that I went to school for computer graphics and that this was computer graphic CG effects. And they've dated it differently too. When they post it, somebody would say it's this year, it just posted, shot in India or shot here or shot in Brazil. But it was hoaxed. It was somebody made the CG effect, and it's gone around YouTube for a number of years now. And now it's just recently got popular again. But I mean, if you don't know that CG, I mean, for one, I just don't believe in winged angels flying up in the air. Not to say I don't believe in angels, but I don't believe I'll ever see one winged flying up in the air like this. Beautiful CG work, though. I got to give credit to the hoaxer. Beautiful CG work. But how they know it's hoaxed is the original posting somebody found, went back, and they found a guy that posted this works in video in India or somewhere like that, or no, in Brazil. He's a photographer, he works for a camera crew for a news station. So he's a cameraman. Whenever a cameraman's involved, somebody does, something in editing or special work, trust me, just be skeptical right away. And that's not to say cameraman can't get a good footage, but they're the most ones you want to be skeptical about. So that was the end of that one. So let's get into the ghost stuff here. All right. So, one thing is, I wanted to show this. This person believes they got Elvis Presley at Graceland. This was back in November of 23rd, 2014. I saw this recently. I thought it was a pretty credible video, and it's not from somebody who does this stuff or whatever. I don't like. Kind of checked it out. She only had this posted on her video feed. Just a Elvis fan.
Here's my Graceland ticket dated November the 23rd. It's kind of blurry. Sorry, I'm trying to do this all by myself. And we took a bunch of pictures.
Hey, what's up, Todd?
Howdy.
I wasn't sure if you could hear yourself. Are you all right? Is the sound all right?
Oh, it's playing me right back at me.
How about now?
I guess so.
Still doing
Yeah,
it?
I'm working now. Nope.
Yeah, I have to take my audio off, so I won't be able to hear my audio. When we get to just remember when I get to EVPs later, I'll have to click that off. So if you talk, it's going to do that.
I'm only here for just a few minutes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wondered with the storm going on if you were going to even make it.
Yeah, I've lost power a couple times. I was just coming by to say hello and see if anything wonderful was going on.
Yeah, I haven't had time to go over your stuff from the other day. But I'm hoping to Wednesday on my birthday. I'm off, so I'm going to be reviewing a little bit then, and I'll let you know if I got anything from the other night. This, by the way, for the people that show, this is Todd Reinhardt. We do investigations and hunts at his photo studio that he's building in LaPorte County, Indiana, where we're based out of. And we were there the other night, and I got some evidence I need to review. And I definitely think we got a couple things from the real-time recorder.
That's the neat thing. You know immediately when you get something.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I love that. For anybody, a ghost hunter out there, a good tool you should buy. It's an app, of course. It's only for iPhone. If you have an iPhone, it'll be great. It's $9.99 for the app. It's called Boss Shot because we're making podcasts, but you can use it as a real-time recorder on an investigation. It enhances the mic on your phone and boosts the audio so you hear it really loud, and you can hear it real-time and record. So if you can't afford a Parabol mic, you can afford $10 at least. You could get this app, and it works pretty well. Can get some false positives with it, though. It definitely takes a lot of noise and amplifies it. We already had that with that no we thought we heard was actually somebody's breath.
Right. Well, that's Goot's fault for breathing so negatively.
He breathes so heavy on investigations. He's just a heavy breather. Judy couldn't make it tonight either. She was sick, and she's not going to be on next week because she's in Georgia. on vacation. So
you're all alone tonight.
I am all alone tonight. So this is my first like solo fly, and I'm doing a instrumental transcommunication or electronic spiritual communication using electronic devices. That was my thing. Just got a message from somebody else that might hop on the show. I don't know. Yeah. So you got your power back. You there, Todd?
Yeah.
Oh, so you got your power back?
Yeah, it's back for now, but we're got another big bad one bearing down on us right now.
Yeah. Now I won't hold you too long, man. But hopefully in August we'll get to do another meeting there, and hopefully there'll be a little more turnout than we had last time.
I guess it'll depend on what you can show them they missed.
Right, exactly.
Say, if you had been there.
Yeah, exactly. What I'm showing right now is a ghost picture from, and maybe I'll get your quick little opinion before you leave, from Elvis Presley's estate that a fan took when they were there. So I'm going to play this video.
I noticed on my cell phone that I appear to have a picture of Elvis's ghost. And this is not crazy, and I don't think he's alive or anything like that. But I do want to keep your attention on the
Of course, not the original
window
photo.
in the back and the desk. I'm going to zoom in, and you're going to see a side profile of Elvis sitting at the desk. I'm trying to do this the best I can. Sitting there at the desk with his legs propped up.
You can kind of see like an outline of a face.
I'm going to zoom in on his face now. So you can see.
There, I see something's there, but
You can kind of see the.
is that supposed to be at Graceland or something, or?
Yeah, it's at Graceland in Elvis's office. Has Elvis left the building?
Apparently he didn't.
Apparently he didn't. I don't know. I thought it was interesting when I saw it. She's not like some ghost hunter person. She was actually just on a tour there. I kind of checked out her YouTube page, and that she just had this video. She wasn't like posting a bunch of stuff. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting. You definitely kind of see a face there. I just don't know if like you think the reflection or anything from this TV, this face here, could do anything on the camera to make a face appear there.
The fact that she still got something on the phone, you could take an image of that empty space, chuck it into any program, and then load it back onto your phone. It's just a JPEG.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, could it be faked? Absolutely. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I thought it was
coming up in the future sometime. We're gonna have to. I will take the time. We'll set it out, and I will show you how to put ghosts in images. It ridiculously easy.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool if I get over there. If you show me, I come over there and I film it, and then we throw it up on the show.
Well, we can do that too, because it takes absolutely pretty much zero skill to accomplish that. And in the darker of the setting, the easier.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Let me back out of this video. But yeah, no, that'd be a good segment to do on, how this stuff is easily faked for people. And then there's the whole apps out there that, they got apps on phones that'll just do it for you.
Yeah, true.
Tonight we're doing, like I said, instrumental transcommunications. Let me get to where I'm at. Oh, this I wanted to play too. This has been popping up on the web and it annoys the hell out of me. There's a series of videos. I don't know if you've probably seen these, Todd. A lot of people have. They've been all over Facebook. It's the kitchen with the stuff getting thrown around. Let me see if it comes up. I don't know if it's playing or there we go.
Sunday the 19th of July.
Have you seen this one, Todd?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, here I'm gonna play it, and I'll see if you think what I think it is right off the bat. Oh, it's at the end of that video. I thought I had the whole video on here, but there's actually a more violent video where he tosses the chair at the end of the video up on the table. And here's another one by the same guy. He was doing a Ouija board session. He gets attacked. He believes he gets attacked, whatever. But I have my shenanigans, I believe, on this big time. But this stuff's been popping up I see it every day on Facebook. Somebody on one of those paranormal things pops up this video. Go, look, violent spirit activity. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Let me find the other one. Here it is. After the bear and tiger.
Robin Hood and
It doesn't look violent at all.
jumping fences, dodging trees,
Yeah,
trying to get
either.
away. Oodle lolly, golly, what a day.
Hi guys,
Same kitchen.
happy Halloween. We're gonna try this again. Didn't work out too well last time. I'm a bit like this. If you didn't see what happened last time, I'll annotatify it up there somewhere. 1, 2, 3. I didn't swear. I don't know. I'm tempted to run out the garden. I really can't do anything with that anyway. The noise is going on. All right, that's pretty much garden time. The power of Christ compels you.
Oh, Jesus.
Like a fool. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of. I'm using my Ouija board. The power of Christ compels you. That's terrible.
I'm having problems with my computer. I hope it doesn't script the show. All right, enough of the shenanigans. So, what's your guess on this, Todd? You still there?
Oh, so many ways. It's definitely not high resolution in any way. You could build a fake room and have open back cabinets where you can do whatever you want.
Or, and I've seen the video up and I could not find it. They took it down, but I swear to God, I've seen the video of the guy in a green suit. In that kitchen.
Well, yeah, you could do a morph suit one too, but that's a little more technologically involved.
Yeah, well, there's a will, there's a way. I swear, if you see the video with the throwing the chair up, that it was a guy in a green suit doing it.
It could be.
But they do take a composite picture of that kitchen, put that in the back screen for the green, so the green can substitute for him. I thought I put a video as an example of this for people, actually.
Well, see, but that's a lot more, in a way, technologically advanced than go into your garage and build a set. Granted, building a set takes more effort, but
I'm gonna find the video. I know there's a video of how they faked this, and they tried to cover it up. I think somebody got it out there, and then it went missing. But I know there's a video out there of them faking it. If anybody has that video or knows it, or can send me a link to it, email me at jblandmidwestparanormal@hotmail.com. That's my email there. All right. Oh, here. This is an example on a news forecast, what they were doing with a green bodysuit.
Now we're seeing another band move through as we head into the evening commute. Now, most locations are seeing
here's a guy in the green suit getting ready to freak out the
and some
weather guy.
Heavier precipitation. And then, of course, in the mountains, we've been seeing the snow. We showed a couple pictures there from Alta and around Bryan Head. Now, here's a wide look at it, and you can see pretty widespread precipitation around the state. And see, now people can't see you. Wait, do it like, who is this? So, you gotta see. So I'll put this over my face so you can see someone is actually here. Okay, so anyway, you can see the showers that continue to.
That's an example of a green bodysuit. So. Yeah, my dogs with the storm too. My dogs are going crazy. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about spirit communication. I'm going to flip it over here. Get out of the screen share for a second. Tonight we want to talk about ITC, or instrumental trance communication, using electronic devices. I might take a break here before we get into that segment because I got to settle my dogs down in the background for one. They're going nuts if you can hear them. But I want to talk about using all kinds of different electronic devices to talk to the spirit world. And what are the dangers of that too? We're going to talk about Steve Huff a lot tonight. He's a guy who does a lot of spirit communications. The guy's got a million different spirit boxes and Frank's boxes and builds his own. And then he has his own app device that he built with another person called SDC1, I believe. We'll show that tonight. It's an incredible app for $50 you can get on your computer that I have to admit I'm kind of interested in checking out, and we're going to play some videos of that tonight. And then I also have some evidence from our last investigation we had. Didn't have a fruitful investigation, but I got a couple interesting things I definitely want to play, and a couple examples about Spirit Box and that too from some of my own evidence. So let's see. Before I take a break, we're gonna get a little idea what I'm talking about tonight. Let me get back to screen share here. Is it back to screen share, Todd?
It is indeed.
All right. So let's see. All right, Steve Huff. Now this guy does a lot of spiritual communication through spirit boxes or other devices in his home, out on the field. This guy's constantly talking. This is the guy that got the Robin Williams stuff I played on this show before. He's talked to, I believe, these famous people. And I'll tell you what, the Robin Williams stuff's kind of creepy. There's definitely,
yeah, it is.
It sounds like his voice on some of them. I don't want to play that video right now, but it does sound like his voice. And so Steve Huff is really pushing the limits of what you can do with spirit boxes, and he's probably the #1 person out there right now in the field, really not caring what the consequences are. And that's why I want to play this video. They're using a GeoBox 3, something I'd love to get my hands on, a very interesting device. I think this device, they don't tell you what it's used for, and I'm doing a little more research on it. I just found out about this device today out of the billions that are out there. It sounds something similar to, if anybody's familiar, and I'm going to play some of that in just a minute, of the Tesla spirit box deal. Tesla experimented with a coil that he made and radio frequencies that you could pick up. And it freaked Tesla out a little bit. But what it does is you can shine a flashlight at this thing and it's going to make noise from the light itself. It picks up all kinds of anything electromagnetic spectrum and turns it into a sound. So that can be suspect. But this device really sounds like they're using something from Tesla's experiments. So I'm going to play this video here. And Steve Huff ends up puking a couple times in this and gets really sick and ill. And it seems like it's very negative what's coming through. And that's what we're going to talk to, is the downside of this stuff too. Why I'm very interested in it, but I don't have a spirit box sessions in my own home.
No, you do them at my place.
Yeah, well, you don't live
Inside
there.
each of us is a little.
You've outlived there.
All you have to do is let it out.
Brewery Lodge in Virginia City, Nevada is where they were doing this. Feel like there was attack during my session in the house. I also tempting asking for Dave Sprinks. Watch and see for yourself.
Hello, who's in this room with us? Did you say Billy is there?
The demon.
There's a demon in this room? Who are the demons following?
The demon. Do the demons follow Steve? The demon.
Did you follow Steve here, or are you from the mine?
Mine. That was very clear.
So you're from the mine.
Now, Todd, you notice what I do like about this device, and it's similar to this SDC device that he has on the computer. Unlike the Spirit Box, there's not all this noise.
Yeah.
So if this is legit, it's a great device because you don't have, there's, all that noise you get in a Spirit Box leads to padelia or matrixing, where you're going to pick up, your mind searching for something to say and takes random noises and makes it into voices. This is different. I mean, this is voices. Now they do take things that's somewhat padelia I think I'm saying that wrong, but matrixing with the voices at times. There's certain responses I'm like, yeah, that could just be a noise. And that when I play the Tesla later, you'll hear how it makes noises from any noise or movement around it. And if they're using something like that in this Geo box or a sensor like that, now it's got this antenna that says it picks up EMF signatures and is able to turn it into sound. Very similar concept to the Tesla.
Well, the only thing that concerns me about this stuff, I'm getting my back, is an app or a program in a microphone. It's not unconceivable for it's going to grab a word and play that word back.
Correct.
And that's the only thing that bothers me. And then you look at the design of the thing. It's this steampunk looking, we made this to hunt ghosts.
Well, I think this is from, well, no, this isn't. I don't know if Steve's involved with a lot of people that build these things, and Steve loves these looks. So I think they're towards him. He collects these things like he's got a whole collection of different Spirit Boxes. So I think when somebody builds one of these devices and they want to get Steve Huff to get it and show it, they make it like that.
Okay, well, that's valid, but that's my only thing is if you technology again. That's the whole thing that
there's probably just a couple transistors in there and maybe some kind of little microprocessor or something.
There's some sort of a tablet. There's a full color monitor right there. The screen on the front of it.
I'm going to play some more of this. This is some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, let it run. After this one, I'll have to take off.
Okay, and I'm going to go to a break then.
Can you tell us your name?
Sound like the devil.
That was a sentence.
Yeah.
The woman, are you stuck in this house? To the woman. Linda talks about a woman that's in this house.
Steve Huff's last name.
Steve Huff.
See it? I gotta get out of this room.
So that's Steve Huff filming, and so he's getting sick.
You all right?
Yeah.
Don't touch Steve.
You okay, Steve? What did you do to Steve? Steve.
Now that attacked him part, that's what I'm calling Cordelia. I have to call shenanigans on that. It just ways, and they're just attacked him to it. But maybe it is. Maybe that's what and when their ears are hearing, because audio changes a little bit from recorder to from actual what you're hearing with your ears to what the mic picks up. So it can change it a little bit. But to me, it doesn't sound like a voice. That sounds like the Tesla coil deal, that it's picking up movement in the room and making these noises.
Oh, just like the spirit box we just did the other night. I said it sounded to me like there's a voice under the static, and then the things said, as far as I was concerned, I heard multiple.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to play a little bit more. First time ever that he became ill from a session. That night before in the same room, I became very nauseous and had a huge headache. When I left the room, let me go back. You check. When I left the room, this subsided. If I walked back in, it came back. Others have experienced head pain, pressure, and the overall uneasy feeling, but let us see what happened after I left.
It just responded.
What did you do to Steve?
I just got look.
Yeah, I've got the same thing. Yeah.
My whole body just went cold.
Huff.
Leave Steve alone.
He was mine.
He's not yours.
Right here, right now.
I want to know what you did to Steve.
Demon again.
Is that he's mine?
He's not yours. You leave him alone. You will not harm anyone in this house. Was that you screaming in my face last night?
There's the woman. Let the woman speak. I want to talk to her.
There. She said I can't. She said
that's clear.
You can. Tell me your name. He doesn't control you.
Help. Breathe. Were you murdered in this house? I'm speaking to the lady.
Yes. Who murdered you?
A man.
Do you know the man's name?
What does it say? Simon?
Simon. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Is Simon here? Here.
So, I don't know. I'm interested in these devices. I'm not going to fork out the money that these things cost. So people know these devices can cost anywhere from $100 to $2,000. Some of these devices, there's a lot out there. I'm sure this one's got a pretty high price tag.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I was trying to find out where you buy it from or how much it costs. I didn't get that information yet, but I got to imagine it's about a few $100s. Tonight too, I'm going to talk about some other devices. The new Ovilus 4 out there. I don't have an article on it up here yet, but the Ghost Arc is another device they're building. There's a lot of new stuff coming out that'll be interesting, but expensive. All right, Todd, I'm going to take a break if you want to get out.
All right, sir. Yep, I'm going to dip out.
All right, man. So hopefully I'll talk to you next weekend. Like I said, Judy will be in Georgia, so I'll be fine solo unless I got you or anybody else that wants to come on. Just let me know. jbland, midwestparanormal@hotmail.com. You can come on the show, share your evidence, or just join the discussion. All right, Todd.
Wonderful night.
All right, I'm going to play a song to take a little break here so I can set up the next summit. We're going to talk about more ITC stuff. This song is played it before, but I don't play it again. It's called Walking Dead. I wrote it with a band called Interstate. I'm on vocals and guitar. Chris Hoekstra on bass, Mike Hoekstra on keyboards, and Kenny Hudson on lead guitar, and Matt Harris on drums. All right, let's play this song, and I will be back after this music. All right, welcome back to the show. This is Paranormal Soup. I'm your host, Jason Bland. We're going to be talking about instrumental transcommunication tonight, or electronic voice phenomenon, any kind of communication with electronic devices, and one little side note on water dishes being used to communicate with the dead. All right, so we're going to come back here. Bring the camera back on. Hi, I'm your host, Jason Blam. You see it written right there on the screen with my email. If you want to join the show tonight, any night, every Sunday night from 10 p.m. to midnight Central Time, we do this show. And I want to talk a little bit before I get into this. I want this show to really be an open forum for the paranormal enthusiasts out there. And I say enthusiasts because not everybody's a trained investigator. People are just going out. They're discovering this for themselves for the first time, or they've been doing it for a couple of years. They don't have any groups they belong to. They just go to haunted locations when they find them, or they pay for events and go and get their evidence. These guys don't have much of a voice. They get some good evidence sometimes. And sometimes the only places they can present them on are paranormal billboards on Facebook, I notice, and get ripped to shreds by people who, hide behind their, typing. They don't have to meet them face to face to criticize their stuff. I don't want to I don't want to criticize people's evidence on this show so much. You see me do it on the videos and stuff, but if you got something you want to present, we'll talk about it. I can tell you why some skeptics would say certain things about evidence, but I want to have you on and give you a chance just to present it, an open forum, not to be afraid to present it either. So if you got evidence, jbland, midwestparanormal@hotmail.com. You can email me. We'll get in contact, try to set up a time to have you on the show. Be it EVP evidence or UFO footage. I would love to see that from somebody. UFO or ghost footage, Bigfoot footage, anything. This is a show about the paranormal. And this is my way of giving a forum. And so I don't drive the people I work with nuts because I freak people out when I start talking about paranormal stuff. And this is my way of having a forum to talk about it myself, because I enjoy the weird and the unusual. And that's probably why I married my wife, because she enjoys it too. And we're able, I mean, at least I have her to talk to, and I probably drive her nuts with it so much too. I talk too much about it, but it's a subject that I'm just very passionate about. And I want to have people on the show that are passionate about it too. So if you are, please contact me. I'd love to have you show. Also, there is a Q&A feature with this show. You'll see a little thing come up, say join the discussion. I think it's a little yellow bar or whatever, Q&A, and you can come on there and post questions, and I can see them pop up. So feel free to post any questions you have on here, and I'll try to respond back. Hopefully I see them. I haven't had anybody do that yet. I cannot wait for next week's episode. I'm getting new equipment. It's going to help increase the audio quality of the show, and hopefully give us some of the technical glitch problems that I have. So that'll be cool. And I hope to do open lines when I start getting enough live viewers. Like right now I got 2 live viewers, I believe. I hope to be able to do an open line segment. I will be doing Skype and maybe doing a burner number so people can call through a cell phone once I get my new mixing board next week. So be looking out to call in. I will have that for live viewers. We can call into the show. I know I'm a little guy. I'm a small show. I'm hoping to make it bigger just because I want to make sure I have an audience eventually that can come in anytime, talk about whatever they want to bring up. If they saw a new video I haven't seen, or want to ask me if I've seen it and play it on here, we'll do that too. This is an open forum, people. So, feel free to get a hold of me on this for any upcoming shows or any live show. If you happen to catch on or listening now, please Q&A me and we can get on, talk about whatever subject you want to talk about. Tonight's kind of an open forum for that, but I do have some stuff I do want to talk about. I got Rex right now, if he's listening, a guy who wants to present some evidence. I don't want to present his evidence unless I can get him on here. I've sent him some email links. Hopefully he figures out how to get on here. I can't use my phone. He keeps texting me through the Hangouts app. I can't do that or it'll screw up my audio. But if you're listening, I sent you an email. Rex Michael, I think is the name. It should give you the link to get on if you're listening. Otherwise, we'll get you on next week when we figure out how to do it, and I'll present your evidence then, because I want to wait till I get you on. He had a couple EVPs that he got that he presented me, some cool photo too that he had. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to pray that stuff until I can get him on here. Sounds like he wants to get on. He's trying to chat with me on Hangouts again. If he hears this, I can't chat with you on that part of it. And I don't think it's chatting on here. I think you're getting onto my Hangouts off my phone app, which isn't the right link. I sent you the link through your email. So if you get it, hopefully you can get on, and we'll maybe show your evidence tonight. But let's get to tonight's subject. And we left off with Steve Huff, and we're going to continue on with some more stuff from Steve Huff. He's kind of my little spirit box paranormal hero out there, because he really pushes the limits of stuff I would love to try, but I won't do in my house with my family, and I don't want to put anybody else at stake, because I do believe there's a risk to doing this stuff, and I do believe I'm glad people are taking that risk. So for the field, that they're, Steve Huff is doing this, putting himself, I believe, at personal risk, but at the same time, getting more data out there, about these devices. And I think he's a pretty genuine guy. I'm sure he's got his critics out there, but I don't know. I think he's pretty genuine and he's passionate about the subject. And he probably gets a lot of hits and a lot of stuff on his spirit boxes because he's building up a communication. Now let's talk about that a little bit. Frank's box, a lot of people know about that. Frank Sumpton, he was one of these guys, a founder of this. We're going to talk about a number of the people that got involved in this, George Meeks, Rodavave, these are the founders of spirit communication through electronic devices. We're going to talk about them tonight. Got an hour to do it. My name and I show my evidence tonight. There's so much stuff, cool stuff on the web that I looked up for this subject. So we're talking about let's see, we were talking about Steve Huff and the GeoBox 3. We were just watching that video. Here's another thing on the GeoBox I want to pull up. Now we're back from the break. And again, like I said, this reminds me of the Tesla. After this ad.
Okay, this is Steve Huff of Paranormal. I'm going to do a GeoBox 3 session right here. This is the EMF antenna, by the way. This is a totally unique spirit box. So if there are spirits here in the house and you want to come through and talk, I'm going to turn this on in a minute. And
let's fast forward to his demonstration of it.
Can you use this okay? Hello? It works. Where are you right now?
By the way, if Steve Huff ends up somehow miraculously ever seen my little itty bitty show called Paranormal Soup, please come on the show. I would love to have you. You're it's a bit of a hero to me for the stuff that you try to do and the stuff you're doing. I'd love to talk. I could talk to this guy for hours about the experiments that he does with these different devices.
Can you see my dogs over there?
His dog's name is Olive. Yeah, it's a dog named Baby, but it said Olive.
Can you see my dogs over there?
See, he's got fans out there in the paranormal, in the other side, telling them they love him, and he might actually have ghost fans, because this is their one chance to be able to talk to our side if he's able to do the stuff he's doing. Remember, that's why he got Robin Williams. Go check it out. He's got the video up there of him talking to Robin Williams. It's interesting. Even Todd, you heard him say, very skeptical guy at times, said he thought it was pretty creepy. Let's go back, see what else videos we got. So like I said before, it reminds me of the Tesla. And you want to talk about somebody in the scientific field that I am, idolize, and it just completely fascinates me, is Tesla. If anybody had a chance or a shot back in the day of making a spirit radio, I don't think it was Edison. Edison made a comment once about that he thought it was possible for spirit communication through electronic devices if there is a spirit world. And so everybody thought maybe Tesla or maybe Edison built a spirit communication device. There's never been proof of that, and they've never found the device. But Tesla did, and it freaked him out. He came up with a coil, and now he knew scientifically what it was and all that, but there's certain sounds he couldn't explain coming through. I'm not a techie big time, so I can't explain all the techs of all this, but I know this coil that he made for his spirit radio. It will pick up sounds of movement. It will make movements into sound. It will make light into sound. If you take a flashlight and shine it on this coil that he has and into the transceivers, it will actually make noises. And he did some cool. There's some old. You can find the audio out there of Tesla's original experiments that were recorded of a lightning storm while he was recording, and how creepy it sounds. It sounds like voices through the lightning storm. So this gives adherence to the matrixing deal. But what I like about the Tesla device, what I like about the Geo box and these devices, unlike a spirit box, there's no continuous feed noise going through, and that's why I don't like white noise either for EVP recording, because it leads to too much matrixing in your mind trying to make words out of nothing. So let's look at the Tesla Spirit Radio. There's somebody testing out a homemade device based off the Tesla design. After this ad. And skip ad. Oh, and it's Tesla Spirit Radio being tested by Steve Huff.
Hello guys, this is Steve Huff at Huff Paranormal. I'm here today with the Tesla Spirit Radio. This is one of those homemade deals. A friend of mine made it for me. There's plans online. You could build one yourself for about $30 in parts. Just takes some time, soldering and all that kind of good stuff. So if you have
a long
those...
video, so I'm gonna skip ahead. He, explains a little bit of the design and that. You can look all that stuff up online. Like I said, let's get to some of the action.
Impossible. Some have told me it's not possible. Some have told me it's just a toy, but I beg to differ because last night when I used it, I received some pretty crazy response.
There's a reason people are telling Steve Huff it's a toy is because you can take a flashlight and make all these weird noises and stuff as you hit it. So that's the reason why people have always been skeptical of the Tesla device. And I think Tesla was too. It still kind of creeped him out and he thought there was something to it. Let me go forward.
See if I can pick up anyone talking to me on this device. Okay, if there's anyone here, this is Steve. I welcome you in to ask me a question, to communicate in real time. If you have any ability whatsoever to use this device to manipulate the sounds so I can hear you in real time through the speakers, I welcome you to come through and talk to me. And you can prove to everyone that you are real, you do have a voice.
Let's go forward.
I heard something, and now my dog's in the other room deciding to fight with my cat. Perfect timing. Hold on.
I know that feeling.
Okay, I had to fix the dog situation. Now I heard a voice come through. I'm going to mess with this little knob to see if anything can come through.
I'm not sure what the knob does.
For the life of me, I cannot get any radio or anything to come through using this method. I just get a buzz, and occasionally a voice will pop through.
Let's go. Let me, that's Steve Huff doing it. I think I got another video. Somebody else had built it. I really want to show some better what it sounds like. Let me see, go down. That should be the last stuff I looked at. Oh, here's somebody, he hooks up during a thunderstorm. He hooks us up because this is what Tesla did when he experimented with it. To listen to the sounds of a thunderstorm. And I'm going to go back. They say an orb hits the antenna, which is dust, but you hear it pop on it. I'm going to go back to that. Actually, that's kind of interesting. That's a little dust orb that went and hit it. There. Oh, they see it didn't make noise with it. Oh, yeah, that's the noise. That's thunder. But you notice he's not asking any questions. There's no voices going back. I like his nice vapor thing back there. His tattoos. Hardcore paranormal. You notice though, there's no voices coming through. He's not asking any questions, so I find that interesting. All right, so let's look at another spooky Tesla Spirit Radio meets Dancy Ghost, so you can see what this is like with something moving around it. How the movement around it will make noise. After this ad, of course. So you can hear it. The Tesla coil is picking it up. So if you were to use a device that's something on the principle of the Tesla coil or something, maybe my guess is that the Geobox is something like that. It has an EMF antenna is what that one has. But I believe it might be the same kind of theory that your own movements and stuff could make this thing make noises. That's not so cool for it, but all these devices have some kind of skeptical down point to them, I have to say. All right, so let's get out of that. Let's go down. All right. Let's get to tonight's topic, EVP videos, stuff for tonight's show. All right, let's go down to the most recent stuff I have. All right, so there's a lot of devices out there, and I've downloaded a lot of different videos and stuff we can talk about. We got about 50 minutes or so to talk about this stuff. Let's get to stuff that you can. Let me see if I find the Ovilus 4. I find this an interesting device. Thought I put that in here. It is Ovilus 3 using the Ghost box. Yeah, no, I want the Ovilus 4. Where is that? Huh. Darn it. Ovilus 3. The Ovilus 4 is something I thought I put it in here. Maybe that's in tonight's show. Let me go look, because I really want to start out with that too, because it's a all-in-one package, basically, the Ovilus 4. It's got the regular Ovilus. If you don't know what Ovilus is, it started out as a device to have multiple or a dictionary list of words that can be triggered to play by different EMF readings off of the device. It was supposed to be sensitive to EMF. Now they've come out with a lot newer, more expensive versions. I didn't get the Ovilus 4 on here, did I? Darn it. I really wanted to show that tonight, and I thought I did. Let's just type it into the search. So put in Ovilus 4. There it is. See if we can pull up a little demonstration of it. That's Ovilus 3. Let's see. Extracts from residential investigation. Let's see it didn't work. Yeah. See. This isn't a video.
Are there more than one?
That's the Ovilus 4 there.
58.
Just so you know, I might have to cancel the rest of the show at some point because I got big storms rolling in. I can hear them right now. All right, that's not a good video of this for. Let's see if we can find something else. Oh, here's one I watched. Here we go. It's got a little digital interface there. That's the Ovilus 3.
Hello, everyone. This is
Ovilus
David
4.
Pierce Rodriguez, founder of Prism. We'll be taking a first look at the new Ovilus 4 ITC research device.
Let's go forward to see some of the functionalities of it.
48 words per channel, and they're created out of the onboard database through an SD Wave player. Now, as of October 2014, the different speech choices are male, English, and...
Now, I'll break it down really quick so we don't have to watch the whole video, but what it does, what it has that still the dictionary with the thousands and thousands of words in it that can be triggered by EMF. Then it also has something I've been interested in, and I'll show you in a minute how you can do this on your own off your computer, something called an allophone. It takes phenoms or allophones from our vocals like e, oo, ah, these things that we use to make words, and rambles them up and lets the EMF sensor pick it out and form words from it. It's interesting. I've experimented with an allophone off my computer using an app on your computer called EVP Maker, and then putting in those phenom and alpha tones and breaking them up. I didn't get a lot of convincing evidence, but I got to admit I only experimented with it a few times. And the reasons that I like the idea of it is there's no pre-programmed words. It has to make words. But the other thing I don't like about it, it's constant blue, blue, blah, 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 all over. So again, that leads to the matrixing where your mind will start trying to take those sounds and make words out of them. But it's interesting. Also, this device has motion sensor on it. It has a digital screen readout. Let me see if I can find that will make pictures. This will make pictures and stuff. I see it doing something here. And it also has one last thing where it does a green and red light for yes or no. replies. There's a lot of stuff built into it. Now, this guy at the end of the video, if you go and find this, also shows that they had replacing his Ovilus 4 already because the speaker fell out in the back of it, and one of the key screens on it doesn't work. This thing costs $300 if I remember right. I would not be happy if I got this and had to get another one back from him for $300. This thing's better work per par, and I have a speaker falling out in it. So I wouldn't be happy about that, but I am interested, definitely interested in this device. Another device I'm not going to show tonight, I talked about before, is Ghost Arc. That's coming out. That's going to be multiple things like this built in. Maybe not all, it's not an Ovilus or anything, but it has multiple recording devices and EMF detectors and temperature detectors all in one device, and that's called Ghost Arc, and they're working on that, and that's going to be about $250. Expensive stuff. All right, let's go back to EVP videos. All right, so I put some EVP video stuff on because first we'll talk a little bit about EVPs. That's my specialty. Most of my evidence comes through EVPs, and that's one way of communication, but it's not two-way. And that's why people are so attracted to things like the Spirit Box and the Echo Box. And also there's real-time recorders you can do. Like I said earlier in the show, you do the Boss Jock app that lets you hear the audio in real time, but it's still not totally two-way conversation. And is that what we're going for in this field with the Spirit Box and with the Geo Box and the Frank's Box and the SCD, wherever I'm going to get to that here in a minute. Are we going for open communication? That's what we're really going for. And what happens if we achieve it? I'm going to put that question out there to people. What happens if we achieve open communication? We're actually able to communicate with the dead openly, and it's verified, and it's real. We know it is, and the media accepts it, and scientists start to accept it, and that would be crazy if that ever happened. I think they'd rather roll over in their graves or dig themselves a graves if that happened. But what happens, how would that change the world? And would it be awful? Would it be bad? Could it be evil? You'll definitely notice a lot of times all these other voices coming through these devices, and the word devil coming through, or demon, and who do you know you're talking to? Okay, cool. We definitely know it communicates to the other side. Let's say they prove that. Let's say it somehow miraculously they prove a device does that. But will you ever know you're actually talking to your dead aunt, whoever, or your grandma or grandpa or somebody? Will you ever really know, even if it's their voice? Because if the theories are right about demonic entities and other entities that can mimic any voice out there, you can be lied to, just like the Ouija board. It's the problem with the Ouija board. So it's an interesting thing. I don't have the answer. I don't have the answer. I'm interested in this stuff. I want to know if there's a way to have open communication, but I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't do these things in my home either because of that. You open a doorway, ask and you shall receive. If you want open communication, well, you might open a doorway for stuff to come into your home. And I would love to talk to Steve Huff. He does a lot of stuff, I think, to protect himself, what he can believe, protects him. I'd love to know how well that works for him. And is he, have stuff happen to him? I would think not so much that he's protecting himself or whatever, because he would quit eventually or go insane from what people say. But it's a risk. And I don't suggest for people to go out and buy these apps or buy these $100 to $2,000 devices and start communicating to the dead at home. I don't. Do your research on it. Look at these videos, watch it, find out, from other people before you delve into this, because there's a dangerous side. All right. So, creepy, we can skip. We're going to always hear EVPs on this show. Let's get to the, since we're going to run out of time at some point here, let's get to the good stuff, the actual electronic devices, two-way communication. Let me see. These are all EVPs. I was going to do EVPs tonight on a lot of people's stuff, and I might do some later, but I want to show this. This is the Spiritcom. Now, Bill O'Neill was a psychic medium who believed he was communicating with, I might get this wrong here. I think Mueller was the scientist, or was it Meeks? Meeks might have been the one later that was helping him, but he's communicating with this physicist who passed away 6 years before and told him how to build this device. And it's interesting what comes through, and it's very spooky. And this scene, I don't know if we'll have this in this clip. I saw one clip of him talking to this thing, and it tells him to turn off the damn video or the damn camera, like it didn't want to be filmed. And this can never be reproduced. Only William O'Neill could do this. And so skeptics tore him apart after that. If it couldn't be reproduced by anybody else, then obviously it's a hoax. maybe not. There's a guy, I believe, in Italy. I was trying to find the video. I don't know his name. I've seen him posted before. I believe it was Italy. I might be wrong. If anybody knows, again, jbland, midwestparanormal@hotmail.com. Please email me. He had like these old radios that would never be connected. There's no antenna to them or whatever, but he would get voices through, and he have crowds of people like he's a medium and talking to their loved ones. These dead people come through, but only he could operate the device. Only he could do it. Nobody else can make this happen. So scientists ripped that apart. But a lot of people, there were scientists that followed him and could not explain, even illusionists could not explain the voices he's getting through. They took the devices he used apart. They looked at him, and he was a very shy old man that didn't want to really have a lot of media attention with this, but he'd like to help people and communicate. That's according to the story, but it could have been a hoax. I don't think he ever took money. He only took donations, but he did get money. I'll find that video hopefully for another episode. I didn't have a lot of time to find it. I got to find what the guy's name was, but he had something similar to O'Neill, and that's what we're going to watch. Maybe there's truth to that. This device was real, and only reason it worked is because he was the medium with the device. That's what this other guy's scenario was. So let's play it. Oh wait, I think I just played the wrong video.
Bike the Bend is back.
See.
Join us June 14th to celebrate biking with family, friends, and a community throughout.
Yeah, that's wrong. We need to find. Sometimes I swear I put videos in here and then they disappear. I hate that. Here, Bill O'Neill operating the Spiricon device. This is what I wanted. And it says this is fair use, so I hope I'm right. Can we go back? We'll see Bill O'Neill here operating all this equipment. Now this equipment, you don't need all this stuff to build the device now anymore that he did.
Very well. By the way, William. Yes, sir. You know that no, sir. Why not? Well, Dr. Mueller.
Mueller, that was the scientist that died.
All right, now if I, oh boy.
All right, so let me get a little background on what's going on here. Mueller is this, from the dead, is trying to tell. He gave in a previous session, he gave Bill phone numbers to people that are CIA and NSA, and he's trying to tell him to call them. And Bill O'Neill's like, "I'm not calling them. They're going to know how I got these numbers. They're not going to believe me, or if they do, what then happens?" So if this is true, it's kind of funny and creepy.
Even though I give, when they answer and I give the code, even then, sir, wouldn't they wonder, maybe there's another code or something, and considering what they're involved in, yes, but I do, sir. I do worry about that, sir. That one fellow especially, sir, that you said he has a Q clearance? That's correct, secret. Q clearance. Supposing they found out it was me, okay? And they wanted to know how I got a hold of the unlisted telephone number. Now, who would believe where I got these unlisted? Oh boy.
You can see why skeptics would rip this apart if they could not recreate it without Bill O'Neill. There's a thing from the 60s called a musical voice keyboard. That's what this sounds like. I had some examples of that, but I don't know if I have time to play all that. So you can see why skeptics would rip this apart, but I've always been interested. The device was creating like 3 to 13 tone generator. Like I said, I'm not a technical guy. That they believe the spirit could manipulate, but really it was just the only communication he had with the spirit was Mueller and him, this connection that they had.
Don't worry about that, William. You have nothing to worry about in that respect. Well, I don't know, sir. Oh, yes, William. Yes, sir. About IFRC, the integrated frequency response treatment. Yes, sir. Have your energy response. Well,
you can see it's definitely a two-way communication now. There's like a 14-foot radius of a radio transmission going on between this setup he's got, and it's possible somebody else, maybe unbeknownst to him, but I don't know how they would time that out to figure out when he was going to be on, could be sending him a radio transmission. and he's picking up, or he purposely knows it and somebody else is standing there. When scientists and different people looked at him doing this, they couldn't explain his device. They couldn't explain how he was getting transceiving or receiving these communications, but they can again could not reproduce it without him. So that has always been the big problem with Bill O'Neill. But I always find the SpiritCom interesting, and nobody else has been able to reproduce it. I've seen videos of people who built their own SpiritCom devices, and they've gotten no results. So that's been the end of the SpiritCom because of that. Still, though, there's a whole, you can find it out there. George Meeks was a guy, a paranormal site researcher, worked with him, I think. And there's a whole segment of videos out there, and they're all dead now. And supposedly these people have come back from the dead to talk through other devices. Just so you know, there's a lot of stuff out there about that. Radavave, I've talked about him coming back and talking. And Meeks has. And then Mueller, was a physicist that was interested in the subject, and then he came back to the SpiritCom supposedly. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see. Let's go down. Here's the EVP maker for the allophones. You can download this. Let me show you. Fast forward through all this stuff. I just want you to see what it looks like.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12.
He's recording his self-call talking to 12, and then it's going to take that audio and break it up. I've seen people use a 9 Inch Nails song to do this. The problem I had with this on Investigations is that you hear it, it just keeps going. Blah, 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 blah. It's hard for me to make sense of any of that and pull out some stuff. When I first did this, I couldn't find the video feeds from it, but some people did some interesting experiments with it where you really felt like it was communicating, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it gave me enough to continue investigating it. And maybe it's something I put down too quickly. Maybe it's something I need to look into more, but I'm really interested in the device I'm going to talk about tonight called from Huff Paranormal. It's an app on the computer. It's $50. I haven't bought it yet. Not telling you to buy it, but yeah, I'm thinking about getting it. Because when you see it tonight, it sounds pretty sweet, and then doesn't have the downside of constant vocal noise happening. Here's a video of George Meeks contact. I don't know if we want to do that. All right, let's go down. Now, ITC also does a lot of stuff with pictures, and I don't know if we'll have time to get into that. We might talk a little bit of that. Let's get past the SpiritCom stuff. Now, one of the things that I've seen out there is, and I think these are some of the videos I tried finding, is taking a video camera and I might have the technical parts of this wrong, but basically plugging the video camera into a TV. It's playing the live feed of the video camera and then putting the video camera facing the TV screen, which creates this video feedback. And that spirits come through this. It's supposedly happened. Let's see. I think this is one of those videos about that. Yeah, you see the setup. There's a camera looking in at the TV. I got a little TV like this. I'd like to try to set a camera. Now, the noise is, well, they say SpiritCom voice, but it's not a SpiritCom. It's a Ghost Box, I'm guessing. A lot of people start calling Ghost Box SpiritComs, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, it's working together. Anybody tell me their name?
And all I keep on thinking is, they're here. Carol Ann sitting in front of the TV there and pointing at it. I don't think anything comes up on this video, but I've seen some interesting videos. ITC has a lot out there. You can look them up, videos or pictures, but the pictures look like they came right off of a television show or something like that. So I don't know. I've always had my doubts about it, but it's something I do want to experiment with at some point. I haven't got to, and one of those things on my list of experiments I haven't got to do yet. It all requires having the right kind of equipment. Here's some of I think some of these are images coming from ITC, the pictures they captured doing this. Or it might be pictures I got through the water thing, which we'll talk about too. Hopefully, if I have time. Well, this is 3 different visual methods they use. All right, method 1, the water light reflection. I've talked about this. Okay. All it is what you're seeing here, all it is somebody putting a pan of water down, spin it, stirring the water up, and putting, make sure it has some light reflecting inside the water dish. And then they take a bunch of still pictures, really quickly. Like you could do this with your iPhone if you wanted, or a smartphone. Go get a pan, a dish of water, put some light on it, take your phone, hold down the button so it takes a bunch of pictures really quickly, and then see if you get any images. Now, everybody in the paranormal field outside of ITC would say, well, that's just visual matrixing. You're just taking images and your brain's making faces like seeing an image in the clouds. And I agree. But I've seen some interesting stuff come out of this. I don't know. And if you think back to Nostradamus, his claims he used to scry, which is looking into a black bowl dish of water. Now it's a little different than this, but it's the same thing, using water as a medium to capture images. So there might be something to it. I don't know. Like I said, I leave that for the audience to decide. A reptilian entity. I see the bird right there. That looks like a cat, kind of right there, like, doesn't it? 2 horses and a lady with a dark hair wearing a hat. See, I didn't know. I didn't see that. I don't see it, but okay. That I see a face, but then again, I don't know what the hell that is. Lady riding horse. It looks crazy to me. I don't see it, but. I mean, this might as well be the Rashomon ink blot test, What do you see? It has some meaning to your consciousness. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm not sold. Let's get to the other methods here. This is all this stuff. I'm still doing the same method. Okay, this is the video feedback loop method. All right, that's the one we were just watching. Now, this to me is somewhat interesting, the video feedback loop, some of the stuff they get. It should just be a bunch of static, not images. Looks like the face on Mars. And we all know how that turned out. Oh, my. What's up with the reptilian entities, man? It creeps me out. Yeah, I definitely want to experiment with the video feedback system someday. Spectrogram. The spectrogram's really weird. I'm not gonna get all the technical details of that, but again, this leads to me matrixing to see faces just as much as the water dish. The only thing I'm interested in is the video feedback. Let's get back out of that. Let's see. I'm gonna go all the way back down. So I thought that's some of the interesting stuff they're getting visually. All right, so now also we've talked about this before. If anybody wants to experiment with this, feel free to try. I haven't yet, but I've thought about it. Is Skype. Skype has crossover talk through an ITC device, EVP experiment. Somebody set this up. You can go to crossover talk on Skype. You select them, and I've not done it yet, so I'm not sure how it works. But you select them to make a call, and if they accept it, whoever's running it accepts you, you can get to do this talk to spirits on Skype. Let's watch a few of these really quick. Skim through them. Now let me fast forward to this. Hold on.
Are you okay? Do you want to talk to me?
It's supposed to be saying they're all dead. Get out. Get out. That's what it's supposed to be saying. You'll notice as I play a lot of these videos, the noises you're hearing. What makes me have not jumped on the bandwagon to get on Skype and do this is I swear to God, it's just the same noises being repeated over and over again. But I have a couple videos I'm going to try to get to where maybe it shows that it is something. I don't know, but I swear it's just the same audio feed going probably a couple hours. They just saying the random noises out there to make people think it's something.
Whereabouts are you? Do you know where you are? How many can hear my voice?
To me, it's just the same noises, but it's maybe. All right, let's see if we got some other ones to watch. I hate how it always goes back to the top of my YouTube list. Come on now. All right. This is my funny brain show. All right, this guy gets so excited about doing this crossover talk. He has a segment, he does a bunch of silly stuff, but this is hilarious.
Welcome.
As soon as the ad's over with.
Connect. Stroll. Smile. Cheer.
Crossover talk, event sessions. Crossover talk, event sessions. Crossover talk. Hello, and welcome back to My Funny Brian Show, Crossover Talk Edition on Skype. I saw this thing about.
I don't know what it is, but he reminds me. He's like, I need some a chicken or whatever, like Billy Bob here or something. Chicken biscuits or something.
Ghost boxes where you can talk to ghosts by using radio frequencies that go real fast. And then I saw that I have Skype, and I saw on Skype, if you add contact, crossover talk, all one word, crossover talk, and then you right click on it and call it, then it's like the ghost box on Skype, and you can ask it questions. So I'm going to see if I can contact my grandpa.
It takes him a few times to connect, and that's what I've heard people have this issue.
Here we go. Come on, answer, Grandpa. Answer, Grandpa. Please answer.
All right, let me go forward.
Or something, and he can't pick up right now. He's like, he's in heaven right now, and he's like, oh, it's Brian calling it, but I can't Get to the phone now because I'm going to the bathroom. Oh no. Grandma, you go get it. No, I'm over here. Doot, 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 doot. It's like, I am calling Skype now.
He waits a long time.
Says it's still being forwarded free of.
He waits a while.
Okay, I'm gonna try again. Here we go, Grandpa. I'm gonna call you. Okay, here we go. Grandpa! It's like King Diamond.
Ouch. I think we know why his grandparents aren't talking to him from the other side.
Or maybe Grandpa picked up. I don't know if he was good or bad. Work. I saw it on YouTube and people were like talking to stuff. Can you hear it?
Oh, he
Grandpa?
got a connection.
Grandpa? What are you doing? Making chicken. Did you hear that? He said he's making chicken. What else are you doing, Grandpa? Oil can? I think that's the Tin Man. I can't understand you. Speak English. This is your grandson.
You notice how the noises just sound the same. All
Rapid
these.
beat.
Let's find a more credible one because I got 18 more minutes left, and I got to get there's something I have to get to tonight when I talk about devices you communicate with. Let me see. Oh, this one's an alien female. I guess you can talk to aliens on it too, but hold on. I think this was the creepier one. I thought was interesting.
Hello, my name is Barry. What did you say your name was? Did you say Jake? Well, hello. How are you? I'm doing good too. Do you know somebody named Carla?
To me, that's just a noise.
Is there a spirit there named Carla?
That's enough of the Skype stuff. Go check it out for yourself. And if you do the Skype thing and you think you really got something legitimate on it and you record it, especially, I want to hear it. jbland, midwestparanormal@hotmail.com. Or if you just did it and you record, I don't care if you had a cool story. I want to hear it. You know, either you can send me an email and I'll read it out on the show, or you can get on the show and we can talk about it. Just got to be able to get on Google Hangouts, have a webcam or a phone device to do it. All right, so let's go back down. Let's see. Now, I wanted to talk about, we got 15 minutes left, and there's some cool stuff. Now, back to Steve Huff. They have this device, the SCD1 app on a computer. I'm interested. I'm definitely, from what I've seen, this came from Steve Huff. and I've seen some other people play with this on their web. I've seen a lot of people play with this web. There's too many videos to show tonight, especially 15 minutes left. But I've seen some interesting evidence come through this. And what I like about it is that, unlike the spirit box, you just don't have that constant chatter going on and stuff. So it could be the newest thing. Now, this is an app on the computer, though, and my brain kind of boggles a little bit of how he gets this to do what it does through the computer, because I don't know what the receiver is, what's it using. If I remember what I'm reading, that they did, that, you know, his description on this thing is there's no, because I'll tell you this, I warn you, don't go out there and buy a spirit box app on your phone, because all of them are just, they just recorded a bunch of radio noise and then threw it on the app. He says it's not what this is. This is not that. It doesn't do that. And he recommends this device out of all devices. He loves to have the big bulky devices, the ones that cost $100,000, $2,000. But he says of the best evidence he's gotten has been through this app that he worked with somebody else to build. So let's take a look at it. Test video.
¿Qué pasó, amigos? Me llamo Keith Weldon de Chill Seekers. And that's about all the Spanish I know. Anyway, I'm here in my studio, Chill Seeker Studio, and I'm excited to be testing out the Spirit Communication Device 1, or the SCD-1 for short. If you haven't heard about this app, you probably live under a rock or something, because this thing is blowing up. People are posting their evidence, their results, and
it's true. There's a lot of stuff out there on this
probably
app.
one of the most talked about.
Let's get to the good stuff.
Box. On the right, clear, the red setup over here. Can you tell me what you see, where you're at right now?
Very rapid.
He's getting a lot of chatter.
You have a message for me.
Yes.
What's the message? So I'm gonna do one more session right now. Where are you at?
Swear to God, he said Holiday Inn. Let's see if we go back.
One more session right now. Where are you at?
She said, we told you, but I swear he said Holiday Inn.
Do you remember your life? Where do you want to go?
All right, some interesting stuff on there. You're gonna, if anything you put in the SDC-1, you're gonna find a ton of videos on this subject or on people recording stuff with it. It's interesting. Let me find some more stuff here. Let's see. This person's using it on a missing persons case, and that's what Steve Huff said. They wants to start experimenting with his app to see if they can use it to find evidence for missing persons, which I find very interesting.
So if there's somebody here with me right now, can you please communicate to the spirit world that we need help? We need help finding this lady right here on my computer screen. Just to check and see if you guys are here with me, can you say her name? Is Patty Helms still alive? Is Patty Helms safe right now? Where is Patty Helm right now? Did I hear hospital? What about an address? Does anybody have an address? Is there somebody with Patty Helm? Who's with Patty Helm right now? Is there a person? If there's a person with her, please tell me that person's name.
What would that or hello mean? Missing one. That could be.
All right, later, guys. Thank you.
I thought that was pretty interesting. You're using that for a missing person case. And if I was doing experiments at home with this, I won't. My wife would kill me. I would try to do stuff like that. See if you get any information from a missing person case, and if it turns out to be true, that's a validation. If they find that woman's body in a Howell, or a Howell Oak or whatever it was, that would be huge. That'd be a validation for a psychic. Would be a validation for this equipment. Let's see. Best EVP evidence, Huff. This came from Huff using the SCD one. This is his baby.
Being named the Motor Transport Utility of the Year is no easy achievement. It's awarded to an SUV that does everything.
This is a long video. I don't have enough time to play it all, so I'm trying to skip to some of the good parts.
Bird here. It's on the other side. Yeah.
What you are about to see and hear is 100% real, 100% factual, and in my opinion, evidence that there is life after death. Forget everything you know or have learned about what is possible, as the SCD-1 has shown that we can indeed connect and hear from the other side. Can you tell me how many are here with me? Jacob with 6. Jacob. Fact. User reviews of the SCD-1 are pouring in, and the real users rave about it, and many are getting results just as good as what you see here. There are videos all over YouTube.
You ain't lying.
I'm Steve. Who is this? Fact. The SCD-1 cannot be debunked because it is 100% real. There is nothing to debunk. Many have tried, all have failed. Thank you. Can you see my dog?
I love that dog.
Fact. While being only out for 6 weeks, the SCD-1 has become the most praised tool for ITC and spirit communication all across the world. What is your name?
What they were calling Ellie and Daniel.
I'm looking for Bert. Is he here? Fact. The SCD-1 is something anyone can use to do spirit communication work. The cost, under $50. Who's here with me? How many are here?
All he did is he put a speaker and the computer inside that nice box.
Can you see us? Can you say hi to Brandon? Does he hear me? It said. Fact. The SCD-1 uses traditional spirit box technology without the noise, static, or issues, which mean the replies are clear and easy to understand.
Yeah, definitely.
This was the goal.
He's telling him that like he's recording, he's driving.
Fact. The more you use it, the longer and more detailed your replies will be.
All right, he's telling you the more you use it, the longer and more detailed your replies will be. He's using this stuff all the time. So if you buy this and you don't get a crazy amount of replies like he's getting, well, guess what? He's doing this every day. He's talking to these spirits. And if you watch the Steve Huff paranormal videos, they're always replying back about 300 people around him, like spirits, that he's got all these spirits around him. And if it's true that this is what he's doing is really communicating with spirits, I bet he does. I bet he does have a ton of spirits surrounding him, because they, and if that world's trying to communicate with us and you only got a few people doing it, they are going to gather to you. I don't know if I'd want that kind of attention from the spirit world, but I love that he does it. I'm definitely a Steve Huff fan. I will admit it. I can definitely be skeptical about some of his stuff, and I go, yeah, I don't see that, but I do love what he does.
Can you tell me?
I want that speaker.
If there's anyone here with me at all? Yes or no? Fact. The SCD-1 does not use any recorded sounds, no bank of sounds, no preset sounds at all. All live sounds are used, making it a 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance to get a random, relevant reply.
I would
What's
love to know
your
how he
name?
does that.
Hello? Hello?
On a computer app.
Can you hear me?
Your app will sell. The spirits are telling him.
Fact. Myself and some others are now testing the SCD-1 for missing person cases.
I think that's so awesome.
Fact. In 6 weeks, I have recorded over 1,000 direct replies and messages using the SCD-1.
Maybe Frank something. He's gotten Frank something before, I believe. The guy who created the spirit box on his videos.
Do you like this old antique radio casing?
But I will say, Frank something said he would never come through on the spirit box, even though he invented it. He said he would never do it if he passed on. So if you heard him, it wasn't him. That's what I think he said that.
Do you like that?
You have a man full of energy. You have a man full of energy.
Okay, like I've asked before,
one of the things that's noted with the SDC one is that the voices aren't like, I'll get a spirit box reply and it'll be a male voice, and if it replies again, it's the same voice, and that's like, wow, that's cool. The one thing about the SDC one is that the voices seem to use multiple different voices to make a communication. You notice there was a female and a male voice all in that one sentence, but it's one entity making it. So it's like whatever he's using has to use other people's voices to make a voice. So you might not hear your grandfather's voice come through. This is my theory a little bit with this, because it's using multiple voices to make phrases and sentences. We got 2 minutes left here, but this is a good video.
There's more than one of you here. Can you pick a main spirit to answer my question here and tell me how many of you are here with me right now? Fact. The SCD-1 is starting to gain recognition and worldwide support.
That's kind of stuff I don't like from people, like, from even Steve doing that.
Media outlets.
See, he talks about it using different voices to put messages together.
Is there anyone here with me? What's your name?
Debbie's his fiance. Ali is my father who passed.
Fact. I have done sessions alone, with a group, and with skeptics. The SCD-1 and the spirits have
all right, well, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to stop.
Are you all?
But Steve Huff, there's plenty of videos out there. If you're interested in it, look up Steve Huff, subscribe to him. He's got a ton of videos on all the stuff he captures. It's incredible. It's midnight now. Let me get off the screen share and talk a minute before I end the show. Get my camera back on. So that was my ITC show, and not my last one either. This subject, I can talk about this for hours, but my show's only 2 hours, and I'm already at that 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna be ending it here. Do want to play really quick a couple of pieces of evidence I got just recently. It was not a very eventful investigation, but I do want to play these really quick. First off, some shenanigans were happening. I don't want to get into that, but I swear to God, the ghost clued me into these shenanigans by flicking me like that on my headphones. And I'm gonna play that for you. I have it on 2 different recorders. Picked it up. Oh, not getting any audio. Hold on. Oh, that's right, because I turned it down.
Okay, thank you. Could you stop it again?
Wow,
something just. Okay, thank you. Could you stop it again?
Wow. And that recorder was away from me, so it doesn't sound as loud. Now, this recorder was my real-time boss jack I'm going to play here. And it's loud. Or no, that was the boss jack. Sorry, the other recorder was next to it.
Are there others with you?
Let me play it. That was the
Okay,
Olympus.
thank you. Could you stop it again? Are there others with you?
And then this is the louder one on my boss jack.
Okay, thank you. Could you stop it again?
I swear,
Wow,
I swear it was letting me in on a fact that some shenanigans were going on that night. And I swear something flicked me on my headset to clue me into that. And it was the weirdest. I've never had something like that happen. All right. And then I only got one EVP from that night and a sigh and a voice. Let's play the EVP. This is it. I caught it on my real time and I heard it. And I also caught it on a recorder, which a lot of times I don't like catching on multiple recorders because it makes me think it might not be an EVP, but I could not attach this to anybody in the room. Nobody claimed it. And it doesn't sound like anybody in the room, so I'm going to play it. Now, the high pitch you're hearing, you heard in all the clips, is EMF detector that somebody unknowingly, they don't know that they think they're getting a reading, but they're holding down the button, which brings up it's on the gauge meter, brings up the low frequency reading. So it brings it up, like amps the volume of the EMF. So you hear that, and we didn't figure it out later, but that was part of the shenanigans that this let me know when I got flicked on the ear. It let me know, hey, I swear they clued me into that there were shenanigans going on. But let me play that again, and then I'll play it on the other recorder. I will tell you what I'm not sure what I think it says, but it sounds like something to me. I'll play it on the other one.
So it's not a man or a woman?
Did somebody just say that?
So it's not a man or a woman?
Did somebody just say that? I don't know what you hear. I'd love for you to tell me what you hear. Jay Bland, Midwest Paranormal. Look at the screen here at hotmail.com. You can email me. It sounds like bless you. I don't know. That's what it sounds. Nobody sneezed or whatever, but play it again.
So it's not a man or a woman?
Did somebody just say that? And then only other thing I got from this night, and this was in North Judson, and it was on possible Indian not burial ground, but Indian land maybe. There's a lot of that in North Judson, Indiana.
You cannot leave.
Was that one of you?
Not me.
No.
You cannot leave.
Let me raise the volume of that one.
You cannot leave.
It's like a slight.
Was that one of you?
Just a slight.
Not me.
Nobody claimed it. So that was it from that last investigation. I was really hoping we're going to get more. They have some crazy stuff that's happening. We'll probably do a longer investigation there, and we'll see what we get. That's all I got for tonight. Going to exit with I didn't get to exit with this last week, but I want this to be my exit song. It's another song by Interstate that I was in a band with. Singing's Mike Holkstra. He was a keyboardist and singer on this song. It's called Last Request. It's my end song for the night. So next week, I'm not going to have Judy on next week. She's going to be out of town. So I am getting my new mixing board. and another new device too that's going to help me use my Boss Jock app with the show. I cannot wait. I'm hoping it helps with the sound. I have some sound issues, but I hope it will help make a great EVP show. And we were going to do that tonight, but Judy couldn't make it, so I didn't want to play a lot of EVPs without her because she's with a lot of those. But next week, I think, because I might be flying solo again, I want to do UFOs. We've covered a lot of ghost stuff in the first few episodes, but it's time to pull out the UFOs. I don't know if I want to go the ancient aliens route and talk about all that stuff, but I'll probably go down just UFO videos on the internet and some of the most popular ones, and we're going to talk about that. Unless I get some people contact me this week that have some evidence they want to get on the show. I will change that UFO topic to evidence anytime I get a lot of people that want to be on. I do have some people that have been contacting me, wanted to try to get on tonight, didn't happen. And maybe next week I can get them on. We'll just do evidence still, because that's what this show is really about, is open forum for evidence. If you got UFO evidence, definitely let me know. I'd definitely have you on the show. But if you got evidence anyway for any topic on the paranormal, remember Jay Bland, MidwestParanormal@hotmail.com, and we'll either try to get you on the show. If you don't want to come on the show, cool, but you just want to have your evidence played, tell me that in the email. Just like, hey, I want to share this evidence. I don't want to be on the show, but here, you can play this evidence on the show and give me the story. Give me the story about the evidence, how you recorded it, what happened, and then I'll play it. But if you want to be on the show and play your evidence, that's great. I would love to have you as a discussion. You just got to be able to get on Google Hangouts. Look it up online if you don't know what it's about. Figure it out. It's really easy to use, and you can do it off your phone. Just try to have a good internet connection and probably wear headphones with a mic or something. Helps with the audio quality. All right, so I've run over again about 6 minutes. Last week it was 20 minutes over, so I'm going to end it now. Thank you guys. My name again, Jason Bland. Paranormal Soup every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to midnight. Next week, probably going to do UFOs unless I have some evidence to share. I do have some stuff I need to review recently from Todd Reinert's photo studio. We've gotten good stuff from there. So maybe if I get some good stuff, I might just switch the topic. But tentatively, we're talking UFOs next week. And anybody is welcome to come join this discussion. This is the format for the little guy in the paranormal field. I'm not a big guy. This isn't a big show. I had one viewer, I think, right now. Thank you. But this is for anybody. You love the paranormal. You want to talk about it. This is a place for us to connect, for us to talk about it. So I want to hear from you. I want to make this an open forum. Eventually, one day, my dream is to have the show have enough popularity that I can have open lines through a phone line, or have people hop on the Google Hangout just randomly and tell their stories, tell their ghost stories, or share their evidence. This is the show for the little guy in the paranormal. You shouldn't be afraid to come on here. I'm no big guy. I'm no big host. I'm nobody. So let's get together. Let's little guys in the paranormal field get together and put our stuff out there and talk about it, enjoy it, and we have this format to be able to do it live and for people to listen to later. You can find all these videos on my YouTube channel under Jason Bland. And you'll always find my links off of Facebook. So hit me up, jbland, MidwestParanormal@hotmail.com. I hope to hear from you guys and hope you're listening tonight, and hopefully you listen next week. All right. Thank you. Now I'll turn the camera off and we're going to play this song. All right, guys. Again, thank you. Next week, like I said, UFOs most likely. And again, think about tonight's topic. We're going to talk about it again. What would happen if there's open communication with the spirit world? We build a device, and we're able to do it. We're able to Skype call our dead relatives. What would happen? Think about that as you go to sleep tonight. Think about what would happen. Good night, guys.
Hold the hand that prays. All my thoughts of place. Am I still awake? When you get the time, leave your soul behind. All the signs align. Am I still gonna away where silence holds the day. Just a witness with the living as I on my sleep. I have no one request. I get no rest. Just when times are still, my past no longer will. Never found my fill of broken hill. What the world has we can land. Only really some beauty and
Thank you again, guys, for watching. Next week, next Sunday, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. at night, Paranormal Soup with your host, me, Jason Bland. We're going to talk UFOs most likely, or we'll see what happens. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And don't forget, visit our website, too, mwpparanormalsoup.com.